Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir SilentGods video. In today's video, I'm going to show you something really exciting, and that is my team that I'm currently using for the Temporal Vortex. For those of you that missed the video yesterday of me doing my summons, make sure to go check it out. I had my baby girl Lily join me for, hoping for some really good luck for my summons, because I did my summons on the Season 3 banner, right? The one that has some really cool heroes, especially Rook, right? Rook is pretty much the most wanted, the most important, the best option for doing the highest damage in Temporal Vortex. And, well, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch the video yet, I actually got Rook, right? I was lucky enough, and my baby girl brought me the luck and I could actually get Rook. So what's gonna happen today is I'm gonna show you my team, right? I'm gonna show you the Rook team, how much damage I do and exactly how it actually works and what's the team that I build around him. So the whole idea with Rook is he does so much damage with this corrosion that is just insanity, right? His kit is just all about doing insane amounts of damage, especially the corrosion part. For stuff like the Temporal Vortex, it's a lot, right? It's definitely so much higher than everything else that it's borderline busted, right? Now, being selfish, I'm thinking like I hope they don't nerf it, but still, it's a little bit too high, right? It's a little bit unbalanced. However, I guess the way that they should do it is they should release some other stuff or buff other things for the sake of Temporal Vortex to pretty much compete. Otherwise, Rook's the MVP. So let's do the run in the meantime while I guess talk a little bit about the team. It's gonna be fast, obviously, because I'm gonna put the 10 times speed, but the combination of champions, actually, of heroes that I'm using, it's a little bit unexpected, right? It's a bit unexpected, like the one that at least I found unexpected, and the one that I found to be extremely efficient was actually getting Frurbat in the team, right? I have an Inspired 3 Cinorel that is good for this synergy, right? That's still fire and poison, but just Cinorel did a lot worse in this team, at least in the current state that it is. He did not do as good as my Frurbat is doing in this team. And I think the reason for that is the fact that Frurbat, not only is he bringing attack penalty on his ultimate, not only is he healing a ton on the battle skill that pretty much brings us he's the perfect candidate for the Solar King's Horde, right? Which brings us 15% more damage to all of our people, but he's also really tanky naturally because, well, he's a tank. So he's the one that takes the single target hit, and he can do that like a champ. So because of those reasons, he's just the perfect candidate in here. Now, when we're talking about the other support, another one that pretty much surprised me, and she's just a beast as well for this pairing, is Reyta, right? This one over here, that I don't think she's as common of a hero. I don't think she's ever been on a banner, but she's just so amazing. The reason why Reyta is so good is because she brings the debuff extension, she brings defense up, she brings the cleansing, she pretty much brings everything that you need for the sake of the Temporal Vortex in in all of her kit. I'm gonna show you her kit anyway, but look at this. 329 million, where I could barely hit 100 mil with Shadow. This one goes to 329 million. Now, if I go back, I'm not going to save it because I'm going to try and improve it, see if I can push it further. But if you look at the ranking compared to yesterday, for example, so let's say I do 329. 329 million would get me in the top 30, right? 26 basically, or 27th over here. I could just pretty much snatch one of those slots. However, my goal is to try and get top 20. Right, this is the goal. Like, I already got top 50. I think this one's pretty much guaranteed for me now. Just trying to see, can I get top 20? And for that, I need to squeeze around over 368, right? I need to get to 380, maybe like around 400 million, which it's a bit of a stretch, but maybe it isn't, right? Maybe it isn't if I have the right stats. I think what I'm missing is maybe getting a little bit of a stronger build. Now, let's have a look at the team and the builds, I guess. And let's start with Reyta, because I was talking about her kit. So the reason Reyta is so good, she brings this passive as well. Damage dealt by all enemies is reduced by 10%. Every debuff inflicted on them additionally reduces the damage dealt by 5%. So she straight up brings 10% damage mitigation, plus for every debuff another 5. This can stack up to 5 times. So This one can bring a total of 35% damage mitigation, which is insane. It's a crazy amount of damage and damage reduction. I pretty much have that, right? Because I have attack penalty and accuracy penalty from her on the battle skill. I have recharging speed penalty, and then I have the defense penalty. So I don't have 5, I have 4. So pretty much she brings 30% damage mitigation, dispel all debuffs, defense up, and also that debuff, plus extending the debuffs by 5 seconds. And because of the timing on which I put her, she pretty much does that. She keeps attack penalty all the time. So this is the timings. Everybody's going at 20. Then obviously Dargo's gonna go first, second is Whisk, and then third Rook. But then when it comes to debuffers, I have 21.3 for Frurbath, and then 21.5 for Reta. In this way, I basically have attack penalty on all the time, or at least get covered for all of the hits, because at 21.5 or like 21.6 when the boss does the ultimate, and that means that the next ones are going to be covered for the first AoE, the single target hit, and also for the AoE that does defense penalty, right? So that's why he's 21.3 and then her 21.5. She pretty much extends that attack penalty, so I get covered for the defense penalty hit as well. Now, if you look at the builds, I have Reta, obviously, because she has the most debuffs ever in the Cyril's Whisper, with, like, you know, not damage stat, just survivability, and she has the Chest of Radiance. This is pretty much so mandatory because it brings so much attack and defense, just makes us survive for the amount of time that we need. Now, if you look at Frurbath, Frurbath is the Solar King's Horn Wearer, plus he has the Ancestral Protection, because obviously he's the tankiest, he's going to soak up most of the damage. Now, when it comes to DPS, I do have Rook, then I have Whisk, and I have Dargo. I tested out with, what's her name? Is it Quesitia? No, Quesitia. Sacredea. I tested out with her instead of Dargo. It's just not good enough, right? Dargo is just better because, I don't know, I guess because of the way that his kit works, he's just better. And because of the 5 hits on the ultimate, he's the perfect candidate for the Witch's Remains. So I gave him Witch's Remains and then like some damage build, but I also tried to give him a little bit of survivability so he doesn't die too fast. Then if we're looking at Whisk, Whisk has the Corrosion exclusive artifact, right? Do more Corrosion. Then he's wearing the Shade of Death set, attack percent here, crit rate over here, and then obviously the stats that I need, crit damage on this one, and then defense on this one, because again, I want them to stay alive. I don't want them to die too early, so having some defense is pretty helpful. And then the main event, Rook, he's running the Poison Swamp. Like, if you have his exclusive artifact, this one's gonna, then that one's gonna be better. Otherwise, Poison of Swamp is gonna be the best option for you. Again, he's in Shade of Death set, attack percent chest, crit rate gloves. Again, I don't have the crit damage gloves. And then crit damage over here, and then again, defense over here, so he has some survivability. If we look at Rook, for example, you see that he doesn't have a 100% crit rate. Well, the reason why I'm doing that, and the reason why 73% or actually 70% crit rate is enough, is because of this artifact, right? Poison of Swamp, when the wearer receives healing, additionally gains 10% crit rate and 15% crit damage for 15 seconds up to 3 stacks. Which means he's going to get 30% more crit rate and 45% more crit damage, which allows us to build him with lead. Maybe you could even go 65 crit rate, right? But just to be safe, 70% crit rate is what you can do on him, and he's just going to be exploding that boss up, and he's going to do some insane numbers. So yeah, I guess this is pretty much it. I'm just gonna leave it short, you know, short and sweet pretty much, because I still want to work on it. I still want to tweak it. I'm hunting like crazy to try and get a defense percent chest in this set for Frurbath. I just cannot get it. I have 5 of these in the impregnable one, but I only have like accuracies, for example, in Moonlight Mantle. Maybe I should try and go with this one. Maybe I should try and see how it goes with the accuracy. Just, if I do that, I'm losing so much defense that I'm not sure if the 50-50 chance of getting more healing is better or not. Or I could go with the HP percent one, but again, this one's just not good enough. Maybe this one could work, right? But I'm losing too much accuracy. I still need like a negative rune that gives me accuracy. You know, there's so much more that I can improve. Like, as an example, if I showed you, so I did what, 339 crit damage, 339 damage, as you saw. Well, you're gonna see that some people over here, like Netero, he does 750. He does have a high inspiration, does have the exclusive artifact, but still, there is space for me to push this even further, right? I think he has a defense percent 1. Yep, he did get a defense percent 1. That's what I'm hunting. I'm hopefully gonna get it one day. But I guess we're gonna leave it at this for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, you know, this made you understand, and maybe it made you just annoyed that you don't have Rook and want to go crazy to try and get him, but Season 3 banner, honestly, it's all about Rook. You want to go all in and try and get Rook as soon as you can, because he's going to be the difference between you being able to compete on high rankings for Vortex or not. But yeah, thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.